Hello, my name is Nico Flores, and I will be doing a review of Southlakes' production of A Monster Calls. I got inspiration to do this review by a man named Ashnil Dawson. I just watched a video of him reviewing my school show, Radium Girls, and he was absolutely breathtaking. He did an amazing review, and I was so touched by his amazingly kind words. I am not a Cappy's reviewer for this show. I'm part of Glammy's, Blue Ridge Glammy's, so this is not a Glammy or a Cappy review by any means, but I love this show so much. I went to see it earlier today, about 4 hours ago. I went to see it, and I was just so blown away. So I'm going again tonight at 7:30. I can't wait. I'm bringing a few of my friends, some of my family members as well, and I just can't wait to do a review of this show. So I hope you will join me for this ride, and we'll get to some reviews of some of the amazing actors in this show and the technical developments that this production made a little later in the video. But I hope you enjoy. See you later. What do you think so far? Kind of insane, no? Yeah. What do you think? Huh?
I'm like shocked. I'm genuinely flabbergasted.
Pretty flabbergasting. So now it's time for my personal review of Southlakes Theatre Arts' performance of A Monster Calls. I'm going to go over a few things in this little review, but mainly I'm going to be talking about some actors that really impressed me, some movement stuff, some creativity stuff. But first, to just give like a quick synopsis of the show. This show, A Monster Calls, was about a 13-year-old boy who, by the name of Connor, he's the main character in this show. He is living in London or England, somewhere in England. I don't know. They have British accents, which are amazing, by the way. He is struggling because his mom is struggling with cancer. His dad lives in America with his half sister. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, he's going through a rough spot. He gets bullied a lot at school. And basically what we see is that every night for a series of nights, he is visited by this monster, played by Liam Birch. He is visited by this monster, and this monster tries to tell him 3 stories, right? And these 3 stories are kind of like they bridge this gap between good and evil. And each of these stories is supposed to have a form of a lesson for Connor. And then on the 4th night, the monster says, you have to tell me your own story. And this story is just supposed to be the truth of what Connor is feeling in his heart. And without spoiling anything of the show, that's basically what happens. But what's really amazing and what's really incredible about this show is that, to my knowledge, after reading the director's note, to make a long story short, like this production, this play, is vastly up to interpretation, right? The way that you perform the play, what you do with your body, what the actors do, how they move, there's this tree that's incredibly important to the story, and the monster is the tree, basically. But this monster is like an everlasting, eternal tree sort of thing. How a production puts on this play is greatly up to interpretation. And I just believe that Southlakes did it to perfection. Absolutely incredible. It was really a breathtaking performance. Like I said earlier, like I went to the show at 2 p.m. and I had some expectations, but nothing crazy. And then after the show, I was just so blown away that I brought my friends. I brought a few of my friends that could come. And I brought my mom and my sister. Like I had to bring people because it was just so good. And everyone agreed with me that like I wasn't overhyping. I wasn't whatever. Like it really was just an incredible performance. So yeah, let's get into a few of the actors. I will say this right now. I'm a little biased because I'm friends with almost not all of these, like 3 or a few of these, the people that I'm going to mention, but I bring them up because they were incredible. It's not just because I'm friends with them. It's because they literally just put on this just absolutely incredible performance. Oh, I should also say that this show was double casted, and I only got to see one of the casts. So I'm really sorry if I didn't, if I'm not able to mention a lot of the actors in the other cast just because I didn't see it. Unfortunately, I wish I did though. I really do. Um, I have no doubt that this same that all of these same compliments could likely be said about this other cast because South Lakes always puts on amazing shows. But yeah, I'm gonna be talking about the closing cast for this show. First up, Connor O'Malley, played by Jaleel Green. I'm so sorry if I mess up anyone's names. I believe it's Jaleel Green. If that's wrong, I'm so sorry. Um, I'm just gonna be calling him Connor because that's the name of his character. Absolutely, just breathtaking performance. Like just seriously, so incredibly impressive. This character is so emotionally deep, right? Because he's struggling with his mom's passing, and he's getting bullied at school, and he has so much anger built inside. Like but Connor, but he's also this 13-year-old kid. So like we are high schoolers, seniors in high school. Like I know that Connor, Jaleel Green is a senior in high school. It must have been a little weird for him to like put himself into that 13-year-old kid, and he just did it to perfection. Like it wasn't weird that he was playing a 13-year-old kid, if that makes sense. Like it was just, it was normal, or it was just perfection in my opinion. And I'm going to say that so much in this talk because it really just that's the best way to describe it. They did it so incredibly well. Connor, like the sadness that character feels can so easily, I feel, be overdone and for it to feel unnatural. But like watching Jaleel Green up on that stage, like I was crying. I was crying, but I was crying because the way that he portrayed the character was so true to the character. It was so true to the character that it just felt like Jaleel just felt every emotion that Connor was feeling. Every single emotion Jaleel Green like just perfectly felt the same way. And it was so impressive. Like yeah, that was just incredibly impressive. And I'll speak more about this at the end of the video, but I want to say this, especially with Jaleel Green and the next guy that I'm going to get to. Their performances, Jaleel Green specifically, and Liam Birch, I'll get to him in a minute. These performances are what make other actors love theater and love this craft of acting. And like the performance that they put on was so impactful and so beautiful that like people like me who are like acting geeks or whatever, like theater kids, like it keeps my fire alive because their performance was just so beautiful, and all I could think about was I want to be on that stage with them. You know what I mean? Like I don't even necessarily want to be their characters because they did their characters so impossibly well, I guess I could say, that I don't want to take that away from them or anything, but like to put such incredible emotion into a character was just so impressive, and I just wanted to be there with them. Like I wanted to do it too. Like you know what I mean? Because it was so moving, and it just like moved my soul in this incredible way. So I'm so impressed by them. But yeah, I'll get more to that in the end of the video. Up next, yeah, Liam Birch. He was the monster in this show. I got a picture with him, so I might pop that up on the screen. I mean, okay, he's one that I am biased of because it's a long story, but we're like kind of like mutual friends. But I don't. It doesn't matter if we're friends or not. I can be 100% honest and try to be as unbiased as possible. Incredible performance. I mean, like seriously incredible performance. Um, he just like he's just like he transformed so well. You know what I mean? Like there's this feeling of when you see someone perform and the second that they're on stage, they are this different person. They're this character, right? They're the monster, the Connor, they're the mom, they're whatever. Like, they are the character to perfection, and you can't see any glimpse of the original person, the human being who's there. You can only see the character that they're playing. And when people can do that to such perfection, like Liam did and like Connor did, and or sorry, Jaleel did, I mean, it's so incredibly impressive. Something that was especially impressive with Liam, with the monster, was his physicality. Something that was so cool in the show was there were these ropes that were supposed to represent the tree, but they also moved for the different settings. And one of the things that would happen in the show was there were like these thick ropes on the sides, right? And the monster would appear from like the window or whatever, from like these other platforms. And then one of the first things that Liam Birch did when he came on stage, I assume this was just a choice by him, and I loved it. Oh, so incredibly cool. He was on one of the platforms, and he grabbed the rope like as he was jumping, and swung off and landed. Ooh, dude, that was so cool. I mean, like, seriously, that was so cool. It was so impressive. Um, it's not like it was like some like crazy whatever, but like, to use your body and your physicality when you're acting, and like not be afraid of doing stuff like that, just makes the performance so much more alive and engaging. And I don't know, yeah, it was just so impressive, the way that he was moving his body, the way that he was using his body to become the character, to become the monster. You know what I mean? um and on that, him and Connor, Jaleel Green, I love how they used the sides of the theater. And I also loved how they used the back of the theater. They would have a conversation from the back of the theater to the middle, from the middle of the back of the theater to the front of the back of the theater. It was so cool. I loved how they did that. And then they also used the sides, and they stood up on these, maybe a foot or not even 2 feet wide of like bricks. Like, if you imagine almost like a fence sort of thing, but it's like brick, and they're supposed to be like walls on the sides of the theater. um but they stood on top of them as they were portraying some of the stories, and being in the character. And I just found that so cool. Like, that was something I was so incredibly impressed by. And it makes me think about my own theater, like, it makes me think about my school's um theater, and like, I want to do stuff like that, because it's so cool. I love it so much. Okay, next up, we'll move on to the character of the mom, played by Satina. I'm not gonna attempt your last name because I'm so sorry. I don't think I could pronounce that last name. To adequacy, is that a word? I don't know. Satina, playing the character of the mom. Wow. Like, just wow. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, just mind blowing. Like, just really, really mind blowing. The same thing. The mom and Connor, Jaleel Green, they have a lot of really emotional scenes together, and just incredible. There are moments where the two of them are crying to each other, and this father, sorry, not father son, son mother son, um, like, moment, and it's just so beautiful. It was so incredibly beautiful. I was so impressed. I was so impressed. It felt so real. The moments where they were crying together because she was, struggling with cancer, like, whatever. I don't want to spoil too much, but like, it felt so real. And I'm telling you, when my mom came to this show, she was bawling her eyes out when that was happening, and it was because Satina and Jaleel played that relationship so perfectly. And it's just so impressive to see someone put on emotion the way that they did. Like, you don't see that in high school. Like this, I've I haven't seen a Broadway show in a long time, but I did see them. I did see a few. when I was in middle school, and like seriously, this felt like a Broadway show. This felt like Broadway actors, like Jaleel Green, Satina, Liam Birch. I'm gonna get to two more after that. They just like felt like so incredible actors. That's like, is this not Broadway? Like I could tell it wasn't because they were high schoolers. Like you can tell they're high schoolers. They're not adults, whatever. But it's only because they don't have beards or they don't have their face doesn't look like a high schooler or that doesn't look like an adult necessarily. Their performance, their skill felt like Broadway. I mean, and that was so present, so true in Satina's character of the mom. I mean, I don't know, just so incredibly impressive. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna review these next three characters at the same time because they're in this little trio of sorts, but they all have very different characters. The characters of Anton, Sully, and Josh, played by Sharon Kumar, Marissa Ospina, and Well, did I say Josh earlier? Sorry, let me redo that. So next up, I'm going to talk about three characters: Anton, Sully, and Harry. Um, I'm talking about them all at the same time because they're a little bit of a trio. They have very different characters, but they are a trio. So I'm going to kind of bring them up together. Anton was played by Sharon Kumar, Sully was played by Marissa Ospina, and Harry was played by Josh Leonard. Wow. Just wow. I mean, so these three characters are supposed to be the bullies of sort. Um, they bully Connor a lot in this show, but seriously, just like wow, like they felt human. I guess that's the best thing I could say. Like that, each of the characters felt so human, because even though they were bullies, like kind of from start to finish in a way, kind of they didn't feel like they were just it wasn't like some cringy uh I love Disney, but like it wasn't like a cringy Disney bullying sort of thing. Like, and that's partially because of the script, but that's also a lot because of the actors. Each of those actors just portrayed their characters very well. They didn't overdo it. Their physicality was great. I mean, I don't know. It just really impressed me how they each of them acted. Anton, played by Sharon, he's another one of my friends, so it's a little biased, but I genuinely loved how he performed his character. When I was sitting at the second show with some of my friends, my friends said to me, in intermission, she said to me that the character Anton, he's definitely got something going on because he so clearly has this internal conflict in him, right? Like he's bullying, but it seems as though, at least to me, that he's a bully because he wants to fit in and he doesn't have anyone else. That's what it seems like to me. Um, but there's so many moments, like especially as the story progresses, that you can just see like he doesn't want to do this. He wants to be a good person, and I think Anton, or sorry, Sharon portrayed that perfectly. Really, really, really amazing job there. Um, yeah, it was just an amazing. The arc of the character felt great. Like it was really impressive. Marissa playing Sully. Marissa, I mean, wow. Like she was the classic Disney bully, but without the cringe. You know what I mean? Like Marissa's character didn't really have as much of an arc in the sense of she was kind of a bully from skin to skin, or from foot to toe, I guess you could say. She didn't really have any remorse, it looked like, but seriously, just like an amazing job that she played. Like Marissa playing Sully, like it felt real. It felt like it didn't feel cringy. I don't know. It was just really impressive. It was really, really impressive. And the same thing I could say for Harry, for Josh Leonard's portrayal of Harry. Harry does have more arc. There's a specific moment in the show where Harry's character, or Josh's character, I should say, Harry, um, he realizes that what Connor wants in a way is to be seen. So like don't know. It's just this super powerful moment. It's hard for me to explain because it's so deep. But Harry, the character Harry, kind of says like, okay, like the worst thing that I can do to you as a bully, the worst thing that I can do to you is walk away and not even look at you. Because once you feel invisible, that's when you're hurt the most. When that happens in the show, when that little dialogue happens, I mean, wow. Like I actually I was really impressed by the way that um Josh Leonard played that interaction, how Connor played that interaction as well, Julio Green. I was really impressed by that. I was impressed by the whole interaction, the whole bullying, the the and on that, the stage combat in this show was really impressive. Like really impressive, and it felt so cool, and I don't know, it was just super impressive. But as I speak in that, I'm going to move on a little bit. I want to talk about the sound and the creativity. They used like music throughout the show, a lot of music, a lot of sounds, a lot of sound effects, whatever, throughout the show to give it a more immersive feel. And they did that just to absolute perfection. Like it really puts you in the show. Without that sound, it'd be a very different show, in my opinion. And I was just really impressed by the way they did that. Like little to no sound faults. There unfortunately was like a little. No, I'm not gonna. And like going off of that, the creativity throughout the show in general. If you talk about the projector, they have a hanging projector that illuminates onto their back. I don't know what it's called, like the fabric, the white fabric that is the backdrop for the show. They used it and a projector onto it to project images, whatever it might be. Amazing, just like so incredibly impressive and creative to use it that way, or to use the images in the way that they did. And on that is lighting. Lighting was impressive, like super duper impressive, just super. Like they used red lights a lot, but they used them at great timing, and I don't know, just like this whole show felt so well put together, like a really impressive, well put together show. There didn't feel like there were holes in the show, like there really weren't. There really weren't. Um, like I've been to high school shows that you could tell there were holes in their game, if you will. Like there were holes in their performance, and on stage you could tell there were like some people who weren't really in it. Like there was none of that in the show. In A Monster Calls by South Lakes, there was none of that. It was really incredibly impressive. Every single character, the ensemble was so impressive, like so impressive. I have two friends of mine, by name is Sunny and Adeline. They're both in the ensemble of the show, and just did an amazing job. Like everyone in this ensemble really pulled their weight, and just they were the reason why this show was so good. Like the actors who had big parts, like they were important too, but the ensemble and the dancing, I couldn't even say dancing, like the movements of the ensemble, just like without it, the show would be so flawed. I mean, this show would never be anywhere near as good without that incredible job by the ensemble and by the the dancers, the movers. I mean, yeah, it was just so impressive. I mean this with my whole heart. This was the best high school performance I've ever seen. Personally, this might be the best show, like play I've ever seen. Um, I don't know, like, that might. I was young when I saw some Broadway shows, so maybe I'm wrong, but and maybe it's like I don't know what the word is, but like I'm exaggerating. I don't think I am. I seriously loved this show so much. Um, And I think this is something that I was thinking about after I saw it the second time. Um, I think as an actor, after you rehearse a show for so long, you can almost forget how good it is, or like you get almost like you get used to what you're doing, so you're not as like blown away when you put on a performance because you've been doing it, you've been rehearsing it for months, right? um and I can understand if some of those actors may have felt that way, but let me just tell y'all right now, and if there are any of those actors from South Lakes watching, guys, like, when anyone who walked into that theater and saw that show for the first time, right? Like, my first time seeing that show and my second time seeing that show and probably my 10th time seeing that show, just I was so blown away. Like, y'all really put on such an incredible performance and such a breathtaking performance. Like, it was really good, guys. Like, I I don't know why this I wanted to bring this up, but I just felt as though sometimes you can get used to the performance that you're putting on, so you don't feel like it was like some crazy performance. I'm telling y'all, it was a crazy performance. It was a crazy amazing performance. Like, it was just so impressive. Um, I'm so inspired by you guys, um, by how amazing of a production y'all put on. And also just how great of people you guys are. Like, I spoke to a lot of you after the show, and y'all were just so kind, and you guys just have an amazing thing going on. And I can't wait to see, they have their next show coming up is, um what's it called? No, I know what it's called. I know what it's called. I'm lying. Oh yes, A Matter of Time. I don't know where the dates are. Wait, can I pull them up? Maybe. I don't think I can. Wait. Okay, I will. Um, wow. As I'm looking through this, I'm seeing some of the pictures. They're really cool. Um, a monster. No, sorry, this was a Monster Calls. A Matter of Time. I think it's their spring musical. I am so excited for that dang show. I don't know when you're casting it, what's happening. I don't know. Guys, go see that show. Because if I learned anything from A Monster Calls, it's that South Lakes doesn't disappoint, and whatever show they put on next is just, I just know it's going to be breathtaking. Um, so thank you guys for putting on such an amazing show. Like, you really inspire people. You inspire me, to keep doing what I do as an actor myself, or trying to be actor. Well, I guess I am an actor, but I'm also trying to become an actor more. You know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. Super impressive. Great job, South Lakes. I will scream that until the day that I die. I had to get like many of these people's autographs, and I will be hanging it, like the playbill. Is that what it's called? I don't remember what it's called. What are those called? Whatever. I will be hanging that somewhere because I never want to forget how amazing of a show this was. Um, so yeah, that's all I really have to say. I can't wait to see more from you guys. The only other thing I would say is, today's Sunday, so yeah, tomorrow is callbacks for our school's play, or our spring musical, The Sound of Music. So wish me luck and send some prayers up for me because I'm really nervous. But I have faith it'll work out how it's supposed to. No worries. But wish me luck. Or if you see this in the future, then wish me like previous luck, or casting luck. I don't know, whatever, not important. So yeah, we got that going on. I will put up some dates of when our shows are going to be, our next shows. Um, so yeah, thanks for listening. To all you South Lakes actors, staff, technicians, stage crew, thank you guys for putting on such an incredible play. Um, it was truly breathtaking. So amazing job. Claps for you guys. And yeah, that's all for me. I'll see you in the next one.